Dustin?
Hey Nikki, how you doing?
Pretty good. So, the Open's coming.
Open is coming.
It's like, when does it start?
February 22nd.
That is so soon.
Got a couple weeks left.
Got a couple weeks to work on that engine this week. I've already seen some of the movements that I think we'll be seeing.
Shane's thrown together some pretty tough workouts to prepare us for the Open this year.
I agree with that. Boy, oh boy. Those lunges, I think, last week?
I don't know, those med ball cleans just the other day. Still feeling them in those quads.
Still feeling them. So are you signed up already for the Open?
I literally signed up as we were sitting here doing this interview.
Good, thank goodness, because I was going to say, why are you not signed up yet?
You know, it's one of those things that I do every year since I started. I missed the first Open in 2013, apparently. I didn't know that.
Research.
Just researching, yes. And I think it's something that I wish I would have done early on in my CrossFit career, so to speak.
Yeah, I think I was just looking over my numbers, and I did register the first year because Adam had gotten all in my face about it.
Right.
And the best thing about that was I got hung up on so many different areas. There's 5 workouts in the deadlift site. I couldn't do the deadlift weight, the snatches, there was burpees.
Right.
It was rough.
Mine was the pull-ups. Obviously, I wasn't able to even do a single pull-up when I first started in 2013. So that's one of the things that kind of kept me from not doing it, and kind of was suggested to not do it. And I wish I would have just done it anyways. Yeah. But back then they didn't have the scaled option, which we do now. That's
awesome. That's true. And we have a bunch of athletes that have kind of come up to us, I think, and asked us whether or not we should do the Open.
Right.
What are some typical things that people kind of worry about with the Open?
You know, I think the Open is kind of scary. I mean, people are obviously, you're going to get judged in your workout, so some people don't like to be judged, on how they're doing each one of the movements. So sometimes that can be kind of scary. But I think that the majority of the movements themselves, we can scale everything down, and with the scaled option that's built into the Open, I don't think anybody has a real worry or needs to be worried about scaling those different workouts that come up.
I love seeing people learn about the different targets and points of performance, and they're a lot more attentive in classes actually with like things that they want to be paying attention to. So I love that about the Open.
Right.
I also would say, for some people, registering and doing the Open and then seeing where they get stuck so they know they have a target for next year.
Right. You can always work the weakness. I mean, obviously everybody has their own weakness. Some things that are going to come up in the Open itself are going to even scare myself. Such things such as handstand push-ups. Obviously everybody knows it's one of my weaknesses.
How many did you get last year?
I think 0 or 2. I think last year.
That heel standard.
The heel standard definitely gets you. But again, I think that's one of the reasons that, just getting in and finding that weakness so that you have something to work on for the years following. You never know until you obviously test yourself and kind of see where you're going.
One of the things I really like about the fact that we've tried to have our members actually put down a goal, usually the things they'll see in the Open are things that are already on their goal list. So It's just a reaffirmation of things for them to work on. And that's why we work on our goats. We don't want just everyone just to do what they're good at all the time.
No. I mean, obviously, people make fun of me for being very good at double unders and bragging about it. But, it's something that is always seen in the Open. It's something that, obviously for me, I work really hard at doing. But if I keep working hard at that and neglect my handstand push-ups, you get stuck like I have been for the last few years. Something I need to just start working more on. I don't work that weakness enough.
Well, and really making sure we take care of those areas that are kind of an injury. We don't want to overuse. And I think that's another good point, is that you've been really trying to take care of yourself this year, especially after the car accident.
Yeah. Getting hit by the truck definitely set me back.
So how much does it cost?
Cost for the Open is $20 plus tax, of course. Again, $20 isn't that much to get going, and it's kind of seeing where you're kind of ranking. And it's good to kind of measure yourself up for where you are year to year and kind of see that improvement. I mean, we do it on a smaller scale here within each one of the workouts, but it's really good to kind of see year by year, like a big picture, where your weakness was and how well you're doing in comparison to the rest of the people in your age group, state. You really get a bigger ranking than just our class here in the Little Walla Walla. So.
Yeah, I think that's where I always think to myself, I get kind of plateauy from time to time. I feel like I'm not making those gains, and then yet every time I look at this year in review, and I just saw that I've still continued to get better, even though I would say that certain things definitely are different now.
Well, and I think those plateaus too. I mean, you see a plateau maybe here, and and you go, man, am I really getting any gains? But you see a big year picture where it's like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm still on point with everybody else. It's kind of in my age category across the, the state or, the country or wherever across the world. I think that's really important to remind yourself, okay, hey, I may feel like I'm plateauing, but I'm doing just as good as, some of those others that are in my, my age group.
Mm-hmm. So it's just 5 workouts.
5 workouts. Yeah. 5 Fridays.
5 Fridays. So
Due by Monday.
what are we doing? What are we doing as a group this year for the Open?
So for the Open this year, we're going to be doing Friday Night Lights. So it's going to start every Friday, and it starts at 5:30. We're going to try to start it around the 5:30 class. So we're going to have everybody start registering for heat times at 5:30, and then we'll go until everybody can get in their workout. It's a great time just to hang out, cheer everybody on. Even if you're not going to register for the Open, come in and see everybody. So that obviously they can get cheered on by you. Everybody likes to have a cheering crowd. So
yeah, we'll have some surprises this year, I think, along the way. And one thing I definitely have to say, it is so much more fun to get the pictures and be part of that energy in the room.
Absolutely.
I got my muscle up, and having my friends around me to celebrate, it was just like the coolest day. Absolutely. So fun to hit those targets.
Very fun.
So we would love to see as many people as possible.
Yeah.
If you haven't signed up, log in, games.crossfit.com, register for the Open.
$20.
That's it.